Hi, my name is Mike Murray with the Virginia Baseball Club. The purpose of these videos is to help youth baseball coaches identify and correct some common hitting flaws, and we're going to demonstrate some drills we use to correct these flaws. Okay, well, as coaches, our goal is to help our players be very successful in games and not simply be good doing drills. Now, drills have a very useful purpose in helping players feel and understand the correct motion of a swing. But as much as possible, we want to get our players good live batting practice. All right, let's get started. And to get started, I'm going to bring in Chris Bursett, an instructor here at the Virginia Baseball Club. He's former captain at the University of Michigan baseball team, and currently he's a player in the Cincinnati Reds organization. All right, Coach, ready? Okay, the first phase of hitting is the stance and the setup. We want to put our players in a very good position to hit with a sound foundation. Too many times youth hitters put themselves at a disadvantage to hit by not being in a good stance and setup. What we're going to do right now is Chris is going to demonstrate a good stance for you. He's going to start by getting out of the box and getting back in the box. And notice that he'll get in the batter's box always with his back foot first. We're going to start with the feet and work our way up. Notice that his feet are wider than his shoulders. He has his toes pointed forward. His knees are bent. He has some flexion in the hips. He's in a very good athletic position. We want to make sure we get our youth players with a very, very good base. Everything in sports starts with a good base. Working our way up, notice that has his elbows below his hands. He has his door knocking knuckles lined up, and he can check that by pointing his index fingers up. Very good. And real important, he has both eyes pointed towards the pitcher. He has his hands about shoulder width, height at the top of the strike zone, and he has his bat at a 45-degree angle. Okay, a common flaw that we see with young hitters is not getting set up in the batter's box properly. And again, we talked about it starts with the feet. Like most big league hitters, Chris is going to get into the batter's box, his back foot first, and then his front foot. The big flaw that we see is duck feet, where the youth players will have their feet ducked out. So to correct this, Chris will step back out, and this is a drill we do with our players. We have him get into the batter's box, back foot first, and then front foot, and then he has some movement. We have our players act like big leaguers just to get them in a good position to hit. Okay, one way to teach our players as a team to get into the batter's box is you line your players up along the foul line. So you have all your players lined up, and you as the coach are giving them directions. Everybody step out of the batter's box. Okay, everybody step into the batter's box, back foot first, front foot, and you have some motion, okay? And then we repeat that over and over again, maybe 5 minutes with your players, getting in and getting out of the batter's box to put them in a good position to hit. Another flaw that we see a lot of times with the stance and setup with young players is just a generally overall poor setup. So one of the drills we do is called the check-check drill. The coach, me, will act like the airplane pilot, and the hitter is my assistant pilot. I'm going to say check. For example, I'm going to say check your feet, and Chris will respond check. Okay, this is how it works. Okay, let's get in our setup. Okay, and it simply works this way. Okay, you ready? Okay, feet wider than your shoulders.
Check.
Toes pointed forward.
Check.
Knees bent.
Check.
Elbows below your hands.
Check.
Door knocking knuckles lined up.
Check.
Bat at a 45-degree angle.
Check.
All right, and swing.